Welcome in. So glad to have you here. Make sure the feed's coming through. Let's see. There we go. Coming through now. Good to have everyone here. Hi, I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. It's great to be here with you. This is Max. Say hi, Max. What's going on, Max? Are you here to help us with our reading? Give me kisses. Good boy. Can you hop down so we can get started? Thank you. Great to have you here. Well, we are building up. Today's the 26th of August. We are coming directly into the blood moon lunar eclipse with a Mercury, Sun, Earth alignment in the middle of a massive plasma ejection, which is going to bring some gravitational altercations for some of you, alterations for the Earth's atmosphere. If you watch Stefan Burns, you'll know that these plasma ejections, these coronal ejections, will stretch our magnetic field and cause a lot of astral projection type dreams, a lot of fortuitous dreaming. Really kind of, if you're a light worker or you're a seer, you'll be recognizing a lot of these dream sequences, heavy lucid type dreaming. If you're waking up remembering your dreams, particularly if you're dreaming during napping, because you don't have time to drop into REM sleep. These are fortuitous dreaming and astral projection. So what we got dropped in my lap here was someone thinking about you in a way that is alternative to the mainstream. They are seeing you as a heathen or a breakout kind of energy. We've got the runestone cards here coming out in the Thorns and Balder, Norns and Balder. There's a need for self-restraint, almost to the level of ascetism, for personal vitality and blessings coming in, and this good health, staying in good energy. We've been talking about this self-restraint as stay your ass home this week until this blood moon has passed. This is a particularly heavy ending of or closure of a 5-year cycle. We just had another big massive blood moon in August of 21. Someone is incapable of recognizing your native roots or your natural abilities. They want to wear you out with a prolonged, bitter dialogue, trying to pull you into some kind of satirical conflict. Hi, Eisenberg. You may have Choctaw blood in you, or you may have Native American blood in you, and they are First Nation, whatever nation you're in. They're trying to pull you into being punishable by your roots. Something, if you're a seer, they want to use your innate power, what you're born with, what you have in your soul. They want to use that against you. You are protected from these obstacles of this diatribe, of them coming at you. If a conversation is all that they have left to try to pull you into something, you already know this. We're staying our butts home this week. Or keeping yourself under cover or under veil. Just being cautious when you're practicing to create that shell of light around you while you're working. Because the Reaper is on the warpath. The Reaper is collecting during this blood moon. Let's see. Somebody's being very foolish about ill health and sounding a horn of your slaughter. The mort is specifically a note sound on a hunting horn when a deer is killed. It's the notification to the rest of the hunting party that a kill has been made. There's a slaughter, a defeat, some kind of veto, a deletion. It's basically to destroy the vital or essential quality of. So someone is coming in with a very foolish attempt to sound the horn of your undoing. They want to be the one to take all of the prize about taking you down. And they're being all loud and all wrong. So this is the period where you sit back and you let them. I'm a huge fan of giving turkeys enough rope to hang themselves. Let them have it. Let them have the field. Draw your energy back. And really, is it just a repugnant attempt? And stupidly applied. Stupidly applied. So that's our rune deck. Our rune deck combined in with our vocabularium there. We'll get our extended vocabularium so we can get a feel of where we're going with this. It's just a bunch of gobbledygook. What they're trying to send to you is just a bunch of rubbish. They are throwing the scraps of whatever they have left into a cauldron, and just like they don't have anything left but all of these little pieces of little things that they haven't tried from this section, from this section, from this section of all of their dark magic resources, all of their Machiavellianism, all of their nasty little tricks, that it's just the scraps of whatever was left from these months and months and months of attack. We've got, let's see, there was a kidnapping involved for some of you that came to nothing. This kidnapping, it was fruitless. And it's just all, they may have even tried to plan another kidnapping, but in a different, yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. And it was just with all of these loose resources that they had left over from their actual concerted effort to take you out. Exigent and abreaction, a catharsis, off, away, expression and emotional discharge of unconscious material by verbalizing to a therapist as if repressed. So they really have just scraping the bottom of the cauldron here. And exigent, let's get our 11th edition Webster's Collegiate Dictionary with these sweet tome pages. I love the feel of these vellum pages. Exigent here. When we're doing wishcrafting, when we're doing our hope spell casting, trying always in working in the light to generate our own good power, to reach and tap into the exactitude of our spell crafting, we want to be very careful about the words we're using. So you want to know, don't just pull stuff out of vocabulary, out of like context. You want to know exactly what you're wishing on. Thank you for all of the cheer there. Get in there and hit that like, share button. Hit the subscribe button if you want to join the chat. And let's see. Consider a membership today. It sure does help the channel. Exigent is our word here. TUVWX. Exhibit. Exigent. Let's see. Requiring immediate aid or action. More exact. More at exact. Demand more exactitude. Requiring immediate aid or action under circumstances. Requiring or calling for much. Being very demanding. So yeah, anything that you're focusing on for manifesting right now, you be just very specific, very exacting in your words, in your tone, in your intention, because the spirits are watching everything right now. We did a reading about a week ago about this, maybe 2 weeks ago now, about dropping all of the manifesting and just diving into your pure will of dreaming your dreams. And you want to get very specific about that. It's not about trying to use spell work, but in your prayers, you're praying for something, be very specific about the words you're using. Be very careful, because the power is pouring through everyone right now. And I feel like this scrappy work that was trying to come at you with their leftovers, they're not very smart people. They're just not very intelligent. They're not exact. They're not disciplined. They are, frankly, they're grasping at straws now. So this is coming to a close. Stephen Manuel again, hi. Thank you so much. I hope you can stay around for the rest of the reading. There's someone here that's getting into an agricultural field of some kind. And let's see. Ahimsa is a Sanskrit for non-energy. Hindu and Buddhist doctrine of refraining from harming any living being. And there's someone in the farm or in a rural area. Someone in a rural area definitely is working. This is getting very specific. Someone in a rural or a farm community or just out in the sticks. They may be growers of some kind. They may be manufacturers of some kind, and they are definitely not living in ahimsa vibes for you. Do we have any more details about this? Agenesis, they want a lack or a failure of development for you. They want you to stay stunted. 2 card here. Ablution. You need to be washing yourself spiritually, taking that spiritual bath. Where was that other card? And then aculeate. Bees, ants, wasps are with an ovipositor modified to a stinger. So in your spiritual practice where you would be grounding yourself, visualizing your spine extending into the ground and anchoring yourself and depositing, transferring all that negativity that's coming at you, pushing it down as if your spine were connected like the tail of a bug or a dragonfly using its tail as the ovipositor to lay its eggs. You want to do like the dragonfly and press your tailbone down into the ground and visualize this negativity passing through you and getting deposited into the earth. And as part of your spiritual purification, really transfer that. Don't be trying to transmute. I want you to transfer all of that energy down into it and visualize your tailbone, the bottom of your spine, extending down out the back of your hips and into the earth, and allowing, like you're getting hit by a lightning strike, allow that energy to pass through you and be grounded into the earth. Okay. Also, if this person is coming to you as an agricultural specialist, a grower of some kind, or they live out in the sticks, they are probably pulling a lot of earth energy to do their dark magic. They live out in the woods, or they go out in the woods to do their coven work. They have access to go off into the deep woods and do their coven work, or they're trying to access dark wood spirits to do that. And you're just going to be returning to sender, basically. You're going to be taking that energy that is striking you. You may have fallen with mild illness. Gobbledygook came back out again. Yeah, it's just they're reaching at straws here. They're trying anything. And that means they're going to be making mistakes. And they're going to be blowing themselves out. Prickly perennial herb in the acanthus and the accoutre, one that assists at a birth or a midwife. So there is a poisoning here of a birthing. They're going out in the woods and trying to conjure a creature, a wood creature or a dark creature, a shadow creature to come at you. Yeah, they're tapping into some dark fae energy, and shit. So imagine they are literally going out in the woods and they're going to be doing moon dance during this blood moon to come at you. And this is why you want to pre-resilience. You want to steady yourself and access this ground energy, access this earth energy before they come at you with it. You become an ally of that earth energy, and it's going to go, this is all great and all, but that's one of mine. And I'm not going to, you get into your grounded energy and your, they are going to be creating their own prison. We've got balustrade, which is a row of balusters topped by a rail, a low parapet or a barrier, combined with bagnio, a prison or a bordello. they're going to be creating their own nature jail. Someone's going to get hurt going out in the woods. They're going to have that shadow creature be awakened, and that shadow creature, that woods creature, that fey energy is going to turn around and hurt someone while they're out there doing that dark coven work under the blood moon. I told you, folks, the Reaper is out and feeding, and they're going to be going, hey, Reaper, come over here. We got something for you. And trying to use you for bait. Yeah, they're trying to use you because none of these dark magic people work on one level alone. On the nose. On the nose. None of these actions through divine are one process only. It's always 2 or 3 overlapping intentions of divine trying to get some work done while people are pumping energy. So not only are they going to be calling for the Reaper's attention down on what they want to do, but divine is going to use that situation to, as you see here, imprison these people. And here I'm deflecting energy in stripes like I'm wearing a prison suit. I am already in the energy of being in the possession of divine. Already in the energy of grounding myself to that earth energy. Yep. And then thirdly, we'll see where that third overlap comes. But while this is going to be such a blow up in your face return to sender. It's not even going to have a path to go step away from you and then have to get blown back to these people. They are going to access lightning. And it's going to blow up in their face. It's literally, I'm seeing somebody out there playing with firecrackers and blowing their hand off with an M80 because they want to fuss around. That was 1717 on the clock. 1717 total action by divine for divine purpose doubled over. They're gonna get folded. They are going to get folded when they try to access this to come at you. You are so protected. It is ridiculous, but it's because you've been doing the work and positioning yourself with divine intention, praying for divine clarity, praying for divine protection, praying to align yourself with Creator's intention for you, submitting yourself with humility for divine's created intention for you. Abortifacient is an agent as a drug that induces an abortion. You've already done the work. They can't manifest anything in you. They can't implant this energy into you because you are already doing this ovum depositor energy transference back into the ground. You've already been checked. Whatever this spirit, this shadow work that is roaming right now with this blood moon, whatever this Reaper energy is, you've already been checked off as a non-offender. There's a caustic warping, an outdoor fire in the first month, Abib. They're going to try to use this energy. A warping of their bite. I bet they're going to have a bonfire while they're out there too. They're going to have a little fire out there, and it's going to, that's when someone is going to get hurt. I see someone messing around with firearms or throwing a battery into the fire pit or throwing firecrackers into the fire pit or an M80 or something like that. And it's just going to blow. And somebody's going to get hurt, and that's going to be their blast. That's going to be how Reaper collects off of them. Fell into my lap here. A lady's personal maid, serving to aid or contribute or assist in a prevention or to ameliorate or cure a disease. There is a helper here, a lady's helper relating or concerning with earning a living. This spirit wants to manifest into real life. This is a ghost they're going to be calling on, like the woman in white in the woods. They're going to be calling on a dark spirit from the woods, and that's exactly what they're going to get. That's exactly what they're going to get. And it is going to bite them. Acrimony. They're going to piss this spirit off. They are going to agitate this spirit into manifesting, and they are going to regret it. Thank you so much for your affirmations. Thank you so much for your affirmations. It is wonderful to be seen. In accord, yep. It is time for them to pay up. And the spirit, they've been mucking around with spirits that they can kind of like, they've just been moving energy, but they're going to use this blood moon to actually conjure. And it's there. You don't conjure a spirit without having to pay the toll. It's straight up Full Metal Alchemist witchcraft bonding here. You cannot manifest these spirits into existence in incorporeal without having to pay a physical toll. Oh, let's see. Something about having faith, not crossing. Okay, yeah, they can't come for you. So have faith that they can't bump you over the rainbow bridge. This is where you're using your practice. Steady down. Hold fast during this energetic, cosmological circumstance that we're in. It's just a cycle. There is a jinn energy here that doesn't want you to dig any deeper. So the jinn is all illusion and smoke. That's where our ghosty energy comes from. That's where our the bad dreams or the astral projection. It's all on the jinn energy level. But this is a distinction from them actually pulling in a manifesting a dark spirit. There is a dark side on this. They're working the dark side to make somebody cry. These were at the bottom of the deck here, and it switched around. This is a biological, off-planet, breaking of a crossroads deal. They can't pay. They don't have, oh yeah, this spirit is going to take another life. This spirit is taking another life. My next door neighbors, just like, you want to know how this missed projection of energy is. When I first moved into this house, I had become horribly ill with intestinal issues. I was bleeding out. I was having to go to the emergency room. And basically my guts were melting from IBS. And I went to the emergency room, and the first thing they wanted to do was cut me open, not to do anything, just to look, not even to stitch me up. They couldn't have done anything. It was just raw flesh in there. And I refused, and I stopped smoking. I stopped eating crap food. I changed my diet. I changed my sleep habits. I stopped going out to socialize. I completely retreated to grasp my health and get grounded physically. It wasn't 2 weeks later, I got word my next door neighbor, they were moving out because he had to change living situations. Him and his wife, a grandma died. They got the house in the next door town, but he had just had his guts cut open and had the exact same surgery that they wanted to do on me. Exactly the same physical procedure. Had his stomach stapled shut after they went in there and cut him open, took part of his guts out, and he's walking around like it's no big deal, but they went in and did the exact procedure that was planned for me that I refused. And all of this killboy energy that's been going on, no shit, just in the last 2 days, my neighbor on the other side, The best I can put together is that they had somebody pass in that house because all of a sudden, without any word from anybody, they're packing that whole house up and are moving that place out in the last 2 days, and flowers were delivered. That tells me somebody died. And that house was a host to a woman that had like a full-time caregiver. Somebody's elder person was being taken care of. So that's how that energy gets bounced off of you. You keep track of the people that are going, the stuff. These people are not people that I had close contact with. They were in my house or in my spiritual house, but not part of my life. There's a seer here that they're I don't think this is you. This seer here is somebody that a practitioner they've gone to, and they are seeing legal obstructions. So their corporeal interference, officials are starting to put it together that these people are way too closely involved with, that's what it is. See, here's the thing. If you are going to interfere with people's life with dark magic or with intention, you're going to talk. You're going to run your mouth. You're going to brag. This practitioner has been running their mouth about what they have been doing, and people around them are falling ill or have died. And they're starting to see legal obstructions because it's just too suspicious. And now, if you're sitting in a situation where I am, I have no direct contact with these people. So there's no way anybody can pin me. I've never been in their houses. So they can't involve me in any of the causation. But this seer or whoever is going to this seer is coming under suspicion. That's your return to sender. That's your return to sender. And that return to sender is what's going to save you. All of this energy they've been trying to send to hold you responsible for these situations like this, but they can't because you don't have any direct involvement. You don't meddle in people's lives. Ooh-wee! Look at this. Their broken spirit team. Their spirit team has whatever light that they were working from, whatever power they were working from, whatever spirit energy they were accessing, like familiar or spirit guides. I would be a spirit medium. The spirits that come to us and communicate with us during these readings would be the spirit guide. The spirit guide is already on the, on the nose. The spirit guide is on the spirit plane. A spiritual medium is the corporeal person. And remember, we're all in a matrix, so even I'm not real. Let's see, I'm the imagination of something. This meat body is. So it's not an exercise. They may have been messing around, kind of hoping that they were tapping into something. Yeah, it's not sitting well with them. It is, they weren't counting on attracting so much dark energy. And this is not funny anymore for them. They are not able to transmute this thing because they're working in a broken coven. Now, you can identify a broken coven often as a narcissistic male with two very needy females who are working in dark energy, or just fucking haters. Or it could be just three very broken women that are trying to converge. And usually that's like I'm going to borrow a term here from one of the other, a chicken bone throwing, toenail eating kitchen witch. They can't transmute this shit because all three of them are just busted down, broken crackhead energy. It's biological. They just don't have the juice. And they're the ones that's crying. They just don't have the juice. They would like to have the juice. This is like a bunch of non-goths or a bunch of, I'm getting just like a bunch of crackheads sitting around thinking that they're witches. Yeah, they're not disciplined. Again, it's back to that. They're not disciplined. They're not careful. They're not smart. They're not intelligent. They're not educated. And I mean, no, this is no slams. I mean, I went to 13 schools in 13 years because I moved around as a military brat. There's nothing wrong with not having the paper credentials. You know if you're smart. You know if you're smart enough to not need all that. But there's people out there that are just fucking dumb. They can't transmute for any help. They can't get any help. These people, no matter what they do, like it's always somebody else's fault, or their plans always fall through. It's because they're not disciplined. They don't follow through. They don't do their stuff. It's they can't return to sender back off of you. They're stuck ugly crying. You're over here with your spirit team. This is just an exercise for you because you are protected in full sigil, and you've got discovery. You've got full knowledge. You have foresight. You have, at the very least, you're able to deduce the most likely outcome based on just knowing people, knowing behavior, understanding how people operate. There's this over there down here with this overbearing in the streets, trying to party like an earth angel, and it's nothing but cold, cold, cold gin. Oh yeah, on the nose. It's just cold energy coming back at them, and they're just working in illusions. So let's focus on is that what they call Ilbis JC94 October 8? I'll have to translate. Ebo, that dark gin. What is this? Okay, I've got a private message down here. There is police or PD, definitely legal authority here. Blue has exposed their secrets for sure. There's that cold Capricorn energy. Got them nailed as being a succubus trying to manifest Rainbow Bridge energy. And they are literally going, I cannot believe these people are this dumb. The cops are sitting back. I cannot believe these people are this dumb. Maybe your ops are, definitely your ops are sitting around bragging about sending all of this dark energy and negative destructive intention for you, and they are making themselves sus for shit that's happened in the past, and they are literally bragging on their crimes. Maybe they think that time has gone by enough. It's been more than a summer, more than 12 months, and they can start talking about all this stuff. And PD's going, interesting. They're not buying that you're a demon. They think more like that you're an alien, like you're from off planet maybe, like how 3333 there. But you are not involved in this crossroads deal stuff. Like you are not involved in this crime, this criminal activity. Is this one thing to wish? It's one thing to make witchcraft. It's another thing to verbalize, that bitch needs to die. That crosses a road into like intention, and that will get you on somebody's sus list. Ebo sacrifice in Santeria. I thought it was Spanish, but with the Chinese pictograph symbol that came up, I wasn't sure. What do we got here? Responsibility. They're being held responsible for whatever frustration that they've caused, whatever blocking that their lack of inspiration, their misuse of power. That's what it is. Ace of Wands on its head, and they are being held responsible for a misuse of power. They may not be being held. Yeah, they're sus. They're on the sus list. Honesty, you've been seated in, you're sitting over here in your honesty phase. You don't look like a suspect because you didn't do anything. Because you sat your ass home and went home when all this shit started. You're over here playing fair and clean. You've been released from any guilt just by your ethical lifestyle. They're curious, though, about why you're so confident. Again, this is the voice of PD. They've seen you have all of these setbacks and failures in relationships. Yeah, failed partnerships is repeated here. They see that you were not a part of these friend circle. They hear these people talking ish about you. Like they may have looped you in, like you were seen with these people for some time, but the PD is going, she's not part of this crew. They don't like her. They don't want anything to do with her. Oh, they've been hanging around this crew. They've been asking about you, like, hey, whatever happened to that chick? I thought you guys were tight. And then this crew is going, that bitch, blah, 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 blah. She was such and such and such. And nah, she was like such and such. And they're going, oh, so she was never with you when you guys were, like, I thought you guys were tight, but that doesn't sound like the case. Like, she was never part of, none of this shit was ever coming from her, was it? Interesting. Okay. And they're going back and reporting that shit like, yeah, she's not a part of all this shit. And there's your tower moment right there. That's it. This is their tower moment. Like they were pushing all of this implication on you. And the legal, if you have seen the seer and legal obstruction was bringing us right into this. And this is our detail here. PD has gone in and investigated your involvement with this crew because this crew is nasty. They already know this crew is nasty. And they were willing to pin it on you if you were bringing all this shit up to the next level because shit was dropping around you left and right. And they're going back to the source, back to that seer, back to that crew and saying, I'll pin it on you if that's your girl, but before they could even imply that, they were asking the right questions in the right way and realizing that you didn't have any part of this, that this was just a misuse of power, that they were just trying to frustrate you. That's why they had all your attention and was wrapping you up into this. And you're over here doing your honesty and just like, you were just curious about who these people were. And they did not want anything to do with you. Setbacks, failures, relationship failures is failure of partnerships. Failed partnerships comes up twice here before the tower moment. So PD can't put you at the right place to hold you accountable for all this shit. So deduction says it was that crew the whole time. They're going down. They are going down. Holy shit, they're going down. So what's going to happen is PD is going to let these people do their one more time because all of this sus doesn't break law. They got to have evidence. So they got somebody on the inside now. They got somebody hanging out like you were hanging out. Except for they're going to stick around and make like they want to go ahead and do the things that you were being blamed for. Like, go ahead and jump in with that crew. Go ahead and go in for that job. Go ahead and go in for that ride along. And they'll be there this next phase with this blood moon activity they're going to be doing that's directed at you. And they're going to be there to see it happen and bust the whole fucking ring. Shit. And it's not going to have anything to do with you. They can't blame you. They can't come back on you. They can't say that you were the one that narked. They can't say that you gave them away. They can't blame anything on you because they already went through this week-long process here of declaring you as just like this blow-off deadbeat that they didn't want nothing to do with. 39:39 on the clock, which is what? 12 on 12? protected while they're trying to. Broken coven is the 2, which was the conversion 3 to 3. So we're waiting for that third shoe to drop that would bring us 333. They can't close the gate that they've opened. They don't have the third 3. You are the third 3 all by yourself. You've got this release from anxiety here. Look at this with the 9 of Swords on its head. 420, baby, smoke up. It's time for you to relax. Find calm and get it. You are being relieved of duty, for one thing. I said duty. And you're being able to let go and proceed with your personal growth. This whole shit show is coming down around their ears, and you're sitting in the middle having your lunch, reading your book. It's like you're sitting on the train while there's a robbery going on around you and a high-speed chase and all this shit, and you've got your headphones in, playing and you're nobody's fool. You're nobody's fool. But you're naive. Like you're sitting over here like you're naive. You are sitting over here with your headphones in, with your nose in a book, eating your sandwich on the train while there's a freaking holdup going on or some kind of heist happening. And you don't even notice. You got your head down. You got your head down. And they've missed this opportunity to loop you in. Because if they were going to loop you in, you were going to take the fall. And they were going to be allowed to keep doing this over and 4141 over and over and over. Justice. Justice. Now, you know, when crappy things happen, people are like, are you going to press charges? And people will sit there and debate, like, I don't know if I want to press charges, but then if I don't, they're going to do this again to somebody else. And you didn't even have to do that. It's like you do this shit without lifting a finger. It's just your presence agitates these demons into acting out and exposing themselves. And wherever you go, justice flows around behind you like the tail of a comet. Confusion and indecision and all of this chaos. People probably watch you, like authorities and the feds and local PD, whatever, they all watch you because wherever you go, there is this shitstorm that happens around you. And people that are on the outside watch this calm, peaceful energy, this smooth water, and they see you coming in on a boat, and there's just this shitstorm swirling around you. A big cloud of mosquitoes, a hurricane, and you're just traveling along in the eye of the hurricane in perfect peace and calm, but everybody else is seeing all of this tumultuous holy crap going on around you. Holy crap is right. Everywhere you go, you vibrate and expand this holy energy, and it agitates on the outside of you like the head of a storm where the cold and the hot meet is where the head of that thunderbolts in the storm front comes through. Is the most violent part of the storm is where all of that heat comes up against all of that cool air. And you're over here just being cool in the middle of it. And there's all of this storm going on around you like a donut. Interesting. I'm being recalled into the image of Buddhism's phase of awareness and the fortuity of becoming awake. It is like a turtle, a deep sea turtle. Once in a millennia does it raise its head to the surface of the water. And then even once in a millennium more, in orders of magnitude, does it raise its head above the water inside of a golden yolk of awareness. And here you are, just resting and moving in this peaceful space, surrounded by this tumultuousness, and people become aware of you, thinking you're causing all of this conflict, but you're just existing. And it agitates everything at the edge of you that is impure. And people are figuring out that you are not the cause. You are not the trouble. You are not to be feared. It is the shit that you agitate. And so it's your power that they fear. And finally, they're able to cut through that storm and see that you are resting in peace in the center of it. That you're not doing anything wrong. You're not causing any trouble. You're not poking the bear. You're just existing. And it's everybody else that has a fucking problem with you existing. So you're being absolved. You're being absolved. Progress, expansion, and growth. You're able to look forward. It's like you don't see this agitation. You just know that you're not allowed to sit in one place for very long without people going, you don't belong here. And so you move over a little bit and you float around from place to place. And that's why people are able to track all of this negative energy around you, because as you move, this shitstorm moves with you, because you move into this cloud of other awarenesses that they're ugly and nasty. And you just agitate the demons wherever you go. But you also purify those spaces. When you leave these places, justice has an opportunity to play hand, and they go in and clean it up, and you don't have to lift a finger. That was the whole point of this, is you don't actually have to do anything. So don't be dismayed when your projects don't come to fruition. Don't be dismayed when you get pushed, what seems like you're getting pushed off your spot, because your talent is in this presilience. Your talent is in the resilience. And what else were you going to do with your time? And Spirit can't allow you to get settled in one place, because Spirit needs you to go around and be the scouring agent that purifies these places. So you may not be allowed to sit in one spot for very long, but it's because Divine is moving you. And you'll know, as well as I know, that all of this time you've been provided for one way or another. It may not be to your liking. It may not be, to you it seems like a lack of direction, and always having to get up and move, and get up and go over here, and go up. I got to get up and move again. I can't ever settle and make anything happen for myself. I don't ever get to get anything for myself. Honey, your rewards are coming. Your rewards are coming, because you live long enough on this planet. You get enough people that see what your life is from the outside. And they do. You have a reputation, whether you know it or not. And they want to come in and help you now. They want to learn from you. They're humbling themselves. 47. They are humbling themselves around you and keeping a distance from you emotionally, because they know that they could not do what you were doing. They could not do what you were doing. They couldn't tolerate it. It would break them. And for you, it just doesn't. You just, ow, stop it. And you go over here. So you've got people that are supporting you. And what you're going to find now, I think what I'm beginning to see is that while people won't come, the world doesn't come to you and say, hey, I think you're amazing. It usually comes just from the people that are trying to manipulate you, that'll outright tell you, because they want something from you. They want you're amazing. But people are going to start vocalizing their appreciation for who you are. People are going to start letting you know that you're on the right path and that you do have a positive impact, because they're going to start sharing with you, it's a good thing you're here. Or, you share your problems and you think nobody's listening, and somebody is looking at you like, now that's a real woman. No, we need more people like you. You might actually hear somebody say, thank goodness there are people like you here. They won't tell you why. They won't tell you what they see. But what they see is your reliability, your practicality, your discipline, your hard work, your perseverance. They're seeing you as the Knight of Pentacles. They're seeing you as the fortune bearer, the one that brings good news, because you are good news. the one that brings the better way, exploration and enthusiasm. You have the better way. You may be reaching into a period, or we may be shifting into a period, yes, where people are seeing your bravery and inner strength here. And you're becoming a role model. People won't go up to their role model and fangirl on them because they're busy being a fangirl. But they're looking at you like this, okay, that's how you do it. Okay. I mean, like, hot damn, the things that she or he can endure, it was never about her doing anything. All of this, they may have had a bad reputation around you because of all of this shitstorm. But they're realizing that you're the one showing everybody how to deal with these people. You're the one being the role model for resilience and justice. And that you can't attack these people head on. You can't go Karen energy all of these people that are misbehaving. But it's how you respond to their attacks and how you bring the justice by resting in this peace in the middle of it. Lack of focus, imbalance and broken relationships, lost opportunities, emotional manipulation. Holy crap. Indecision and refusal to make inner turmoil, lack of focus and mediocrity, shoddy work. And here comes all of this garbage, all of this shitstorm. And here you are. It's the last card on here, the Emperor, resting in the middle of all of it. And how are you coming out as the Emperor in the midst of all of this? How? They're impressed. They are overwhelmingly impressed by you. Yeah. There's something here about making a point of telling the people that you appreciate them. It's time to speak the words. It's time these words will be coming back to you. And it's time, and you know, if you're a light worker, you go out of your way to tell people how much you appreciate them. People are humbling themselves to you now. They may not be vocalizing it yet, but people are moving into a phase of humbling themselves by watching how you come out as this Emperor in the middle of all that. They are humbled. And that if you are seated in your light work energy there, just being told that how you deal with the world humbles people into appreciation for you, that's humbling. That's why you're in the position of Emperor that you're in. People don't reach Emperor phase by seeking Emperor phase. They reach Emperor phase by humbling themselves to service to their people. An Emperor knows that they are not elevated to that position, but by the community that they serve. There's a liberation here. Let's see, a resistance to change here. There's a stubbornness for some people that are cunning and trying to, there will always be people who are trying to avoid. Someone's in an argument right now. The people that are humbled by your Emperor energy, by your true Emperor energy, are trying to explain to a bunch of haters still. And they're sitting around talking about how impressed they are by you, and they're agitating the demons and others on your behalf. This is how that purity spreads. This is how you infect whole communities with your goodness. People are standing up for you. People are standing up for you and realizing who the good guy and who the bad guy is. And they're starting to separate themselves and lean toward you, breaking free and liberating themselves from a resistance to change and a cunning attitude. They're moving themselves away from these nasty SOBs. They're discovering for themselves why you separated yourself, and they are modeling after you to break free from this negativity. Not only are they standing up for you now by, hey, no, that's not true. I know her. I've seen what she's gone through. That's not true at all. You don't get to say that about somebody that goes through shit like that and comes out the other side an emperor. But they're also breaking away unconsciously, separating themselves from this previous alignment. And they may not come to you and fangirl you, because this is a growth for them as well. They're becoming a better grown-up. They're growing up a little bit, realizing what it takes to elevate themselves. And it requires standing up for someone that is vulnerable. It requires strategy and cunning to break away from people that refuse to see you as humble and righteous and good for being good. The tide is turning, my friends. The tide is turning. And this blood moon is going to be a big indicator. On one hand, we have great wealth and generosity, and on the other hand, there's just more failed partnerships. It's becoming obvious to the people in your life what has to be done. And it's because you were the role model and how it gets done, without ever lifting a finger, just by not picking it up, by not participating, by continuously standing on business. Continuously standing on business. And there's nowhere else for these people to go but to get the fuck away from you, and to go back and dive even harder, because they've met this brick wall. They're going to rebound and do big stupid shit. And they're going to give a huge fan of giving people enough rope to hang themselves. Everybody has free will. Everybody's got free will. You can turn the tide, or you can go right back into your dysfunction. Lack of energy, negativity. This negativity is going to bring their disinheritance and their broken family conflict, lack of stability, because that's what that breeds. That's what that breeds. Deception and confusion, loss and grief. Satisfaction, emotional fulfillment, and material comfort. What was this pairing? Emotional maturity here. So this is the separation. It's becoming obvious to people what they need to do to stop all of the bad stuff in their life from continuing, that's holding them back from elevating. And again, you have shown them how, because they just see you elevating and elevating and elevating and elevating and elevating over and over and over, no matter all of this stuff that goes on around you. And how is that possible? How is that possible? They are seeing a way out of their own distress just by watching you. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Chicken noodle soup. It is chicken noodle soup. You are the salve. They're seeing you as worldly. They see how you change the environment everywhere you go. There's a brown-haired person here going, that's how I flex. That's just how I flex. And they're talking to themselves. And they are resisting. They're telling people, get the fuck away from me. Down in front, give up the ghost. Get away from me. They are learning how to tell people who are not of good service to them to get the fuck away from me. And they are realizing that whoever this brown-haired person is, that's saying, oh, that's how we do it. That's how I flex now. And I don't have to tell anybody about it. This is just how I flex now. Anechoic chamber here. This is just how I flex now. You helped somebody grow the fuck up. How many people in their 30s still feel like they're 12 years old because they are ineffectual in their own lives? And you're showing them the way. Yeah, that's right. Knock on that big holy door. All right. So somebody is finding the willpower over the next 90 or 90 days, 90 or 9 days, orders of magnitude, depending on how you are activated in your spiritual. If you're still hesitating, it's going to be 90 days. If you are ready to go for this, it's going to be 9 days. If you are already dialed in and tuned in, it's 9 minutes. We've got the belly chakra and the pelvis chakra here. So this is about willpower or resisting the change that's necessary, coupled with the pelvis chakra, which is your fear. Fear is not real. It is a concern for survival. When you separate it out like that, your fears cannot stop you. They are illusions. You are seeing clearly. Adjust those eyeballs. You have the wisdom now here. Don't stand in the threshold. And whoever had the brown eyes, what are they seeing something differently? They had brown hair. Someone had brown eyes. Don't you make my brown eyes blue. They may have had brown eyes and they're looking inward. They're doing their shadow work. You are activating someone's shadow work. Someone has activated their shadow work because they see the path now through you. This person is at a place where they simply cannot continue. They can't unsee. They've had their awakening. Consider a membership today, but mostly hit that subscribe button so you can help the channel. Here's your crown chakra. Boom. Help the channel grow and get this channel in front of more people. Someone with blonde hair has activated their crown chakra. They might be hot and cold here about this. There's no trap here. The yellow-eyed demon is not involved. And there's something about they're a little bit discouraged. You might be a little bit discouraged. That's that hot and cold energy right here. Don't listen to people telling you, you cannot afford negative input right now. If someone is coming at you with negativity, there's no room for that here. There's simply no room for that here. Don't be telling people what your glow up is. Don't be talking to people about what you think is happening between your ears if they have even a sniff of negativity, because they will pull you right the hell off of that. Pelvis chakra. They will generate fear to try to win you back over because they are jealous of your elevation. You don't have to lie to them. You just simply remove your energy. Yeah, I gotta go. Hey, let's talk about this another time. Let me know how I can help. And then, but I gotta go right now. That kind of, yeah. Something about autumn. Got no time. Got no time for that. Got no energy for that. There's no place for that here. Yeah. Somebody named Autumn is taking you off the hit list. Or someone in the autumn, this is the season. It doesn't have, we're at the end of August. School's already started where I am. You are being taken off the hit list. People are no longer holding you responsible for the shitstorm. Or there is a separation between you and someone named Autumn. Don't stand in the threshold here. They're busy standing in the threshold, because you can see it here. Here's you getting jumped off of the hit list. And here's this season or this name is getting stuck in the threshold. They're trapped. They're going to be completely trapped. They're going to take the fall for you. They're going to take the fall for their own behavior instead of trying to throw it on you. Someone with long hair and somebody who's spicy, or they're into spice. or they're just a freaking handful. Something about the spice. They've got the spice, but they've got long hair. Or they've been at this spicy business for a long time. Or there was someone who had long hair that was in the spicy business, and they are definitely, this is don't shoot the messenger, they are definitely, oh, this is a runner, a mule. Someone who has been carrying the weight of all of this spicy business is going to be held responsible. That's going to be the fall guy. That's who's going to be left literally holding the bag. Maybe they've been holding the bag. There's the code. And they're going to get the heart chakra. They're brokenhearted about their fears. Their worst fears are coming true. And someone has betrayed them. They were not smart about this despite their age. And they're having to wait. They're having to, not waiting for an answer was on its head. Someone, they don't get to make the call now. Whoever this is doesn't get to make the call now. Someone else is making the call about this. Someone who is much wiser. Someone with white hair or has wisdom or is older. Or if this is a crime, this would represent a judge. Or someone's getting the warrant issued. Yeah, and we've got heartbreak. And so there was a betrayal here. And their biggest fear is coming true. And the warrant is being issued. Spiritual warrant, real warrant. That betrayal is going to leave them having to take responsibility for all of the crimes involved. That's all I have for you today. Let's see. Let's give a shout out to everybody here. Hi, everyone. Asenberg, thank you so much. Stefan Manuelniken, thank you for your kind words. Asenberg, don't put it past them. I've had more than one attempt to have. I have had one successful kidnapping, and I have had another attempt at kidnapping. And you get kidnapped once. And you see that shit coming from a mile away. Usha, thank you. If you want your personal reading, we can work out something and get you a personal reading for $20. If you want to get into, while we're just here for the next few minutes, get into the super chat with your $20 and your question, and we'll devote 10 minutes here for your personal read. Get your personal question answered. JC940 Octa 8. Hi, thank you for your comments there. Non your biz, thank you for the stickers. Woohoo! Yeah, it's going to be a bad day for all cults with this blood moon. Danny, hi. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being in the chat room here. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I'm coming up again next. It's been a pleasure being here with you, all of you. We'll be back up tomorrow. And the 28th, we'll be vibing in the depths with this blood moon over the next 2 days and completing this full cycle and just staying tuned in tight. So hit that notification bell and watch for the readings coming up probably about this same time tomorrow and the next day. Take care, folks. Stay well, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.